Hey everybody, welcome. It's awesome to be here this afternoon. Kind of going back to the mailbag of topics that you guys talked about. I'm out at the soccer fields right now. You guys might be able to see it. Yeah, I'm kind of done with my part right now. I'm the strength and conditioning coach for my son's soccer team, and I've kind of brutalized them enough, so I'm taking a little break and cooling off on a warm day here in Michigan. So I thought I'd come in here in the car before I have to go back out and shoot a quick video. The topic I want to talk about today is something that was mentioned a few times in the grab bag topic. Coach placement, rank versus volume, genealogy, how to place your coaches, how to build an effective business. This is by far one of my favorite topics. The way I describe this topic is it's essential to know. Okay, it's not the sexiest topic, it's not challenge groups, it's not retreats, it's not fitness. It is the nitty-gritty commission and comp plan that Beachbody pays us on. So my number one tip for everybody in here as you're watching this video, and this was some of the best advice that I ever got from my coach Jason way back in the day. When I wanted to know effectively how to build my business, and I asked him a bunch of questions, he said, dude, I want you to do this first and we can talk all you want. I want you to print off the comp plan. The comp plan is found in the Coach Online office in documents and forms. You'll find it back there. Print it off and put it in your bathroom. I don't mean to sound funny or disgusting, but you put anything book-wise in your bathroom and you're going to read it. It doesn't have to be all read in a day. This isn't like War and Peace where you have to read it one long novel at any given period of time. Put it in the bathroom and you're going to read it. You guys have to understand the comp plan. The comp plan is one of the most essential things you're going to learn, and it makes your life a lot easier as you're building your two legs, your right and your left leg. Now, the majority of you in this group, and I'm going to say the majority, I'm talking like 95%. I went through reports the other night. I ran a report for everybody in here. The majority of you guys are emerald or higher. Not everybody, but the majority of you are. So you guys already understand the left and right leg. Excuse me if I'm looking over here a little bit and waiting to see if the coach is calling for me, but I think I'm good for a little while. The comp plan pays you based on rank and volume together. A lot of people ask me, man, what's more important, rank or volume? And the answer is yes. And I don't mean to be facetious in there, but it's very important that you understand the relationship between rank and volume. Too many coaches in this business chase this high rank, diamond, and then star diamond, and then 5-star diamond, and then 10-star diamond. And, they're chasing all these ranks, and they're building this team so quickly and lopsided to get to a certain rank that they don't have enough volume built, and they forget to coach their team and mentor their team and help their team, that they have very little volume. I'm going to talk about volume in a second here, but rank is nothing more than your permission to earn, okay? Any given rank gives you a different number that you're allowed to make on any given week. So, for instance, an Emerald coach can make up to $250 a week in cycle bonuses. I bet you a lot of you didn't know that. So an Emerald coach can make no more than $250 a week in cycle bonuses. A Ruby coach, which is the next rank advancement past Emerald, can make $1,000 a week. $1,000 a week in cycle bonuses. And cycle bonuses come from volume, which we'll talk about in a second. Diamond coach can make up to $2,000 a week. Then it's very easy, and you're going to learn this in the comp plan. It's very easy. After you go past Diamond, which is $2,000 a week, 1-star is $3,000, 2-star is $4,000, 3-star is $5,000, and so on. It goes in the factor of twos. So if you're a 7-star diamond, you make $9,000. The comp plan quits paying you at 10-star diamond in your business center. So why does Beachbody promote and glorify and put in bright lights, 15-star diamond, superstar coach? We'll talk about that here in a second too, the 15-star diamond decision we call it, because I just told you the comp plan quits paying you at 10 stars, so why do people go for 15-star? We'll talk about that in a minute. So you guys kind of understand rank a little bit. Volume. If I said that rank was permission to earn, volume is the fuel to earn. You have to have volume in order to make cycle bonuses, right? And Beachbody's comp plan pays you at a, you get a cycle bonus every single time one of your legs hits 100 team volume points and your other leg hits at least 200. So if you have 500 one week on your left leg and $1,000 or 1,000 team volume points on your other leg, then all of a sudden you have a perfect 2-to-1 ratio, which is the way Beachbody pays you. 200 on one leg, 100 on the other, and you're going to max out or empty your buckets perfectly. That's not what happens for most of us. Most of us are living in an ideal world where you have one really strong leg every single week and one weaker leg every single week, and they're not 2-to-1, which means you're building up what's called carryover volume. Carryover volume is a whole nother topic that we can talk about, but carryover volume is nothing more than the leftover volume on the power leg after that weak leg has cycled as many times as it can. So, you want to ultimately build your volume as much as possible. As an Emerald coach, a good goal is to have, maybe 500-600 on one leg and 1,000 on the other, like I just gave you an example. But as you mature in this business, you want your volume on each leg to continue to grow. Like for instance, and I don't mean to brag or boast, but any given leg, I'll have a couple 100,000 on my strong leg and, anywhere from 75 to 100,000 on my weak leg. That's a lot. When you take 100 and 200 and empty those buckets, that's thousands and thousands of dollars a week that I make in cycle bonuses alone. And that's because I actively and, mentally and focused wise built my volume up so I could realize the ranks that I made to. You see how rank and volume go together? You can't just sit there and chase a rank because you're going to be pissed off and you're not making a lot of money because you don't have volume to go with it. Volume is the fuel to earn, rank is the permission to earn. They have to go together. That's why it's sometimes smarter to build in multiple business centers. If you're a 2-star diamond or higher, you get to open up another business center. That's why it's sometimes smarter to put coaches in places where the volume is building quicker and stuff, which, we can get into more in a one-on-one conversation. You guys might be, your head might be swimming, and that's okay. You can come back and watch this video 100 times or compare it to the comp plan as you watch it. But guys, rank and volume have to go together. You can't just chase a rank if you haven't built volume. How do you build volume? That's the number one question that I get from people. And guys, you can see how passionate I am about this topic. Jason Diebold and I have been paid and courted and asked to speak on this all over the country. We've been flown out to do just that. And it's a topic that Beachbody is never really going to put up on stage at Summit. It's a topic that they don't want everybody to learn about, because when you really understand how the comp plan works and how to effectively build your team, if they had every coach really understanding it, we may not have a comp plan anymore. It may break because so many people are perfecting it. So it's to your advantage to learn how to build a comp plan from videos like this, from leaders like myself, from Jason. And I'll tell you guys, Jason, and I'm getting there, but Jason is sought to be one of the best, if not the best, in the network at understanding and building the comp plan. So be very grateful you guys are on the team that you are, because Jason and I take a lot of pride in teaching this topic. We have several millionaires within our team. Myself and Jason and Christina Richardson and Heather Perkins. Christina and Becky Delgado are part of our downline. We have a lot of millionaires in this team because we have taught and they have learned how to build effectively. You guys have to do that. You can't just be signing coaches and placing them, and because if you're just doing that, you're not placing them effectively and not really understanding how rank and volume work together. You're going to be spinning your wheels and stacking one side and not the other, and there's so many things that can go wrong if you don't really understand rank and volume. So guys, I just kind of teased, how do you build your volume up? How do you see those numbers, 500 on one side, 1,000 on the other, maybe 200 on one side, 400 on the other? How do you see those slowly rise as you're signing coaches and building your team? Guys, you have to mentor and help people. The only way that team volume builds, and that's what I mean by seeing your volume build on your left and right leg, that's the other name for volume on your left and right leg is team volume. The only way that you see team volume build is by mentoring and being a leader yourself. You can't just work with your coaches. You can't. In a perfect world, you working with your coaches and everything that you teach them, they do it down below. That's a perfect world, but we don't live in a perfect world. A lot of coaches that we sign fall off. I hate to say it, but some of you are going to fall off. I'm being real. Some of you aren't going to finish this camp. This isn't a camp. This is our 2.0 group. But some of you guys are gonna shut it down. That's just the reality of our business. And I know some of you are saying, "No, that's not going to be me." But I've been doing this 10 years, and life gets in the way, and some people don't know how to handle life, and they shut down. So what you have to do as a leader is you have to make sure you're reaching deep down into your organization and finding coaches who were signed by other people that you signed up. You know, maybe you're working with a coach of a coach of a coach of a coach, 5 levels down, who really has a zest for this business and wants to learn, but they got no one to look up to. They got no one because their coach has shut it down. That's how you build volume. You reach down, find anybody in your organization, and you help them. Because the beautiful thing about our business is Beachbody allows you to be paid rank and volume wise on anybody in your organization that's below you in the left and right leg. We make cycle bonuses off of anybody below us, not just our personally sponsored coaches, but a coach of a coach of a coach of a coach of a coach, 20 levels deep. You guys ever clicked on the volume button in your Coach Online office, and then a window comes up that shows your left and right volume, and then under the left LV and RV, you can click that number and another little pop-up will come up. That little pop-up is valuable because it shows you all the names that go with that left and right leg volume. Those names are coaches in your organization. It's a great thing to do and an exercise to do because you get to see how many people are in your organization, and you get to learn names that you've never heard of before. You get to see who's got high volume, and you get to reach out to them and say, "Hey, really love having you on the team. If there's anything you need, I'm your upline so-and-so, contact me." That's what I mean by reaching out and helping anybody below you. Guys, we are paid by anybody in an organization that's below our entry point. Anybody. So I'm going to blow your mind right now. I joined in early 2009. Over the course of the last 9+ years, I have had somewhere between 20 and 25,000 coaches. Okay, 20 to 25,000 coaches join my organization. So my right and left leg is based on 20 to 25,000 coaches volume on a weekly basis. Now, does that mean 20 to 25,000 coaches are building their business? Absolutely not. I just told you how life gets in the way and people fall off. Your whole organization, your whole business, your whole opportunity as a coach really is going to be built around 5 to 10 people on each leg over the next several years. But those 5 to 10 people blossom to literally thousands, and that's what mine is. I have 5 to 10 people on each of my legs. To be exact, about 11 or 12 on my strong leg, and I have about 6 or 7 on my weak leg that have blossomed into the majority of that 20,000 plus coaches, in addition to my own. So you guys are going to have several what I call mini-me's of you on each leg that are going to turn into huge leaders, build big teams, and that's going to be the majority of your volume on any given week. Those hundreds and hundreds and maybe even thousands of other coaches in time for you on your right and left leg who aren't doing anything, they don't really play a factor in your rank and volume because they're not building an organization. Does all this make sense? I mean, give me kind of thumbs up, guys, if some of this is hitting a nerve, you're kind of catching it. And like I said, I'm not asking you guys to understand everything yet, but hopefully as leaders, and you guys are on this page, you're going to learn this in combination of what my talks are. You can go back and watch it, and the comp plan, printing it out and reading it. You have to understand that a handful of people on both of your legs are going to make up that volume that I talked about that's going to help you realize your rank on any given week. So rank and volume is so important to learn. Volume is built up by you reaching down deep in your organization and finding all these people who are building businesses and reaching down and saying, "I'm your upline leader, how can I help you? Let me put you in my team page as well as that team page from your coach, and let's work together." Maybe you find those people and get them to add themselves to this group so they can learn from even me and other people. It's a beautiful way to help somebody from multiple sources other than their personally sponsored coach. That's how you build volume. The rank thing, you just have to keep an eye on it. It's not necessary to get to 5-star diamond or 10-star diamond on any given time frame. You got to build that volume up to realize it. What good is a 2-3-star diamond rank if you don't have enough volume every single week to realize that? I mean, what good is it? That's just the fallacy and the anomaly that so many people live by is that they sit there and they chase rank, thinking they're gonna, the higher the rank, the more I earn, when there's nothing further from the truth. The higher the rank, the more you earn if you have the volume for it. Does that make sense? So that's just something that I really want you guys in time to grasp and understand as you build this. Now, I also teased earlier about the 15-star diamond. I mean, how many people, by a show of hands, and I mean show of hands by maybe put a thumbs up if you think this is the pinnacle, and maybe put, one of those faces, if you don't think it's the pinnacle. But how many people think that 15-star diamond coaches are making the most money in this company? Give you guys a Jeopardy song time to answer this. Thumbs up means that's the coaches earning the most, and the emoji that goes is the one that, no, they're not making the most. Go. All right, I got one. And vote honestly. Vote honestly. Oh, I got one thumbs up. And some of you guys, there's about 12 on, are just not answering, but that's okay. The 15-star diamond coach, the 15-star decision, it's not necessarily the coach who's earning the most. Some 15-star diamond coaches are making very good money, and they are the top earners. But the idea of being a 15-star diamond means that you're making the most money is crap. I told you earlier in this that when you hit 10-star diamond, the comp plan quits paying you, meaning you capped out the comp plan for cycle bonuses in that business center. So why do people go for 15-star? Because essentially what you're doing, if you get to 11-star, 12-star, 13-star, 14-star, and 15-star, what you have essentially done is given Beachbody 5 free diamonds they don't have to pay you on any given week. So why do people go for 15-star? Well, Beachbody's made it such an attractive thing to do because they give you what's called a really, really fat check every quarter called the quarterly profit sharing or quarterly bonuses pool. And there's quarterly bonuses at like 4 different levels. You can take part in the quarterly bonuses when you reach 2-star, which I get every quarter. You can also get a quarterly bonus at 5-star, which I get every quarter. And then on occasion I'll get the 10-star bonus if I happen to be at a 10-star rank. But for the most part I get the 2 and 5-star every quarter, not the 10 and 15-star. I won't ever get the 15-star because I don't have a desire to build to 15 because I'm building my business centers, multiple diamonds in all of my centers, so I can max out the comp plan in several business centers versus just one. And I hope that makes sense. So like I said, every quarter I generally will get the 2 and 5-star. And that's the cool thing about our profit sharing, the quarterly bonuses, is that if you're a 10-star diamond, you're going to get 3 pools. You're going to get a share of the 10-star, the 5-star, and the 2-star. It's not just the most current one you're at. You get like all 3 of them. So the 15-star diamond is the 4th bonus pool you can take in if you have a 15-star rank, and that is generally somewhere around $50,000 to $60,000. So if you maintain your 15-star diamond rank every quarter, you can expect to make $200,000 a year just from that profit sharing, which is nice money, right? It's nice money. Guys, I made $750,000 a couple quarters, $650,000 to $750,000 a year. That's a lot more than some 15-star diamonds, because the fallacy is, because you're 15, you're going to make a lot of money. But the reality is, most 15-star diamonds don't hold that rank. Okay, they don't. Lisa, is there a limit to how many business centers you can have? You can have up to 25, Lisa. You're allowed to have up to 25 business centers. To the best of my knowledge, the top coaches like Christine Dwyer, Janelle Summers, I think they have 6, maybe 7 business centers. So no one's even close to having 25 yet. But most 15-star diamond coaches do not hold that rank for more than a quarter or 2, which means they have fallen down to below 15. All they're participating in is the 10, 5, and 2-star, if they even hold 10-star. And they've given 5 free diamonds, which you can never move, to Beachbody, that they are making nothing off of their team volume. Nothing. And that's crap. I don't ever want to do that. I'm not knocking the people who go for 15-star, because there's also a certain element or a certain driver in that person that likes to have recognition. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Certainty versus recognition. Why would you go for 15-star? But the people that go for 15-star don't maintain it for, forever. And they don't take part in the 15-star diamond until they get it back. A lot of diamonds fall off. Some of you may be diamond, and I've had some people fall off, and your rank has dropped. Imagine trying to balance and keep 15 diamonds, active. So, me and Jason have kind of, I call it the art of teaching people to go for 9 or 10 star. And I'll explain 9 or 10 in a second here. But, let's talk about, let's just talk about that for a minute. Why 9 or 10 star? Well, I told you guys that 10-star diamond is the pinnacle. That is where you really, if you build effectively, if you can get to 10-star diamond and have the volume for it, you max out the comp plan, right? But 10 star is hard to hit because you have to have 5 on the left leg, 5 on the right. So you have to have that balance. And what happens with most coaches is they get that 5 on one leg, and then they're trying to get the 5 on the other. But in the process of doing that, it's very hard that when they finally do it, they may have 2 or 3 or 4 people that pop at the same time, and they jump from, because they've got, in the meantime, that one leg that's got 5 may have gotten another 2 or 3, so there are 7, 6 or 7 star diamond, and then all of a sudden when that other leg finally pops to 5, they jump to 12 or 13 all of a sudden. So it's kind of, sometimes you can't control that. But effectively, what Jason and I teach is that 10 is the ultimate spot, right? 10 is the ultimate place to be, but 9 is the sweet spot. Because Beachbody doesn't require you to have balance to be a 9-star diamond. You can have 2 on one leg and 7 on the other, and you are a 9-star diamond making up to $11,000 a week if you have the volume for it. It's not bad money. I just told you guys 10 stars the maximum, making $12,000. There's not much difference when you get from $11,000 a week to $12,000 a week. At that point, and I don't mean to be facetious of it, and I'm trying to keep everything in perspective as I build my business, but when you start to make that much money, it's almost like Monopoly money. It really is. I've gotten I'm a big Dave Ramsey fan, and I've actually gotten in the stage of Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University in his Total Money Makeover. I've gotten in the state of my life right now, and I'm proud to say I'm giving some of the money back. We give it to my church, give it to some organizations that support things I believe in, like the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, and my mom's being a cancer survivor. So we're starting to give a little bit because I can do that, and that's something that's important to me. A lot of people don't get to the part in their life where they're able to give back. I love it too, Jen. It was just Financial Peace University was incredible. I don't agree with everything Dave teaches. Dave teaches you shouldn't have credit cards, at all. Debit cards are okay, but no credit cards, because the vast majority of the people put debt on credit cards and never pay it off. That's why he's really kind of appealing to the masses. But I don't agree with that. I pay my credit card off every single month, and why would I not want to use a credit card that gives me free airfare all the time, So there's certain things that I don't agree with, but I'm also in a position where I'm able to pay off my credit cards each month. Some people aren't, and they use them as a crutch. So I get why he teaches that. But anyways, 15-star diamond decision, it's not something that I teach people to go for 15-star because, you're given 5 free diamonds. And as you guys get farther along, I'll mentor and help you with that decision, because then it gets down to the point, are you driven by recognition or are you driven by certainty? And I've talked about this in some of my calls with my team, but that's where you make the decision if you're going to go for 15-star or if you're going to go for, multiple stars and multiple business centers to have, paychecks that are growing over multiple business centers versus just one that's capped out. And the idea of building toward certainty or building toward, for recognition is something you're going to struggle with and you're going to ask yourself. I'll tell you guys straight out, and it's ironic for me to say this, but I'm driven by certainty. I want financial security for me and my family for years to come. I really could give a rat's ass about recognition. I don't need to be recognized for my performance. I don't need to have somebody pat me on the back. I don't need to have someone make a picture of me saying that I, jumped rank or whatever. I understand the importance of it and me doing that for some of my team, because some people are driven by recognition, but I just told you guys how I'm wired. I don't need I'm happiest when I'm sitting in the crowd amongst everybody else at Summit, seeing my team walk across stage. I bask in the glory and my heart is warm And I appreciate it more when I see you guys up on stage being recognized. And it's kind of funny to say that, but that's how I'm wired. And it's ironic for me to say that because I've gotten a lot of recognition from this company. You know, I was awarded the CEO award, which is arguably the most humbling time of my life, to be, you know, told by Beachbody that Carl Deichler, our CEO, awarded you with the highest honor of being the coach of the year, basically. It's like the man of the year for Beachbody. You know, I got the CEO award. I was the recipient of the Financial Freedom Award. I served on CAB. You know, a lot of different things. I walked on stage for Elite several times. So I've gotten recognition, but had they just told me I reached it and there was no prize or presentation, I'd have been fine with that. I'm actually uncomfortable, you know, with the recognition, but I also understand that I have a gift to give to you guys to learn from all the years I've been a Beachbody coach, and it's my responsibility to help you guys achieve financial freedom in your lives. So I'm okay with dispelling this information and being, I guess you say, in the spotlight for videos like this. But, you know, don't ask me, you know, if I need to be up on stage, because I think you guys know the answer now. I'd rather see you guys. So I'm not driven by recognition, I'm driven by certainty. I want to learn and absorb as much as I can the comp plan. I just told you guys to print it off and read it. I want to watch as many videos as I can to learn how to effectively build this business the smartest way. That's where I'm driven, by certainty. Now, if you have a scale of 1 to 10, and certainty being on one side and recognition being on the other, you know, you're not like way over here or way over here. Most people fall maybe right here, or they fall over here. You know, you like recognition a little bit, but you're really driven by financial security, or you're driven by recognition a ton and you want some financial security. There can be a blend of both. You guys have to ask yourself, who are you? You know, what are you? Are you driven by financial security and certainty of being able to provide for your family and give your family a good life, to travel, you know, or are you really a Beachbody coach because you just want your name in lights? You just want to be recognized. You want to, you know, get ripped and show those pictures off and stuff like that. You know, what are you? And that's going to better help you understand how your business is going to end up building. I'll tell you that most coaches who build for recognition, they make a decent income, you know, but the ones that balance recognition with really understanding and mentoring and teaching a team, they make even better income. So you can't just be willing to have this business be all about you. If it's all about you, in the end, it'll be just you. If that makes sense. You know, if you're making this business a personal journey of fitness, and maybe with a little bit of trying to coach, and it's really about you, in the end, it will be just you. If you make this journey about truly what our mission is, helping people achieve a healthy, fulfilling life. Let that sink in for a second. Our company motto, our company slogan is help people achieve a healthy, happy, fulfilling life. If you go by the motto, you're supposed to help as many people as possible with whatever that means to them. You know, everyone that doesn't want to get ripped. Some people just want to lose a few pounds to look better in their wedding dress. Some people just want to get off their blood pressure medication or whatever medicine they're on for obesity, right? So you have to ask yourself, am I really here for the right reasons? And if you are, like I think most of you are, and you want to help people out, your business is going to prosper. If you truly want to help people out, physically and financially, physically meaning your customers first, financially meaning you're mentoring and helping your coaches out, you're going to see things like your rank and volume just kind of happen as a byproduct. Karma works in two different ways. Karma works in a great way when you're helping people, and karma can be a bitch, like we all know it is, if you're doing things and making it all about you in this journey. So I know I went way over my 5 to 10 minute limit, which I promised, but this topic is passionate to me. Guys, I have more videos out there. If you want to, you know, watch a longer version, I have like an hour and a half video out there that I spoke on a team call for Meg Wazinski, one of my good friends from Ohio, who's ironically one of those 15-star diamond coaches, but she built it and then she quit concentrating on that business center and built other business centers after it was more of a goal for her to do, and then she got smart in building other business centers up. But you know, if you want to see more on it, I got some videos out there I can post below. Just, you know, comment below you'd like to see more, and I can find a few of those videos later on and post them. But this is kind of a microcosm talk of rank and volume and how to build effectively, because you guys asked for it. I think there was 3 or 4 people that wanted to know how they should place coaches. You know, I mean, we didn't even really get into coach placement, but coach placement should always, always, always be to the extreme left or the extreme right, depending on where you need. You know, as we talked about earlier, strong leg and weak leg, you should always be trying to build that weak leg to try to get closer to the strong leg. That's the goal of your business. You know, you're going to have a left leg or a right leg that's deeper volume-wise than the other leg every single week. You know, so if you're signing a coach, you're going to want to try to sign that coach on the weak leg to try to get closer in volume to the strong leg. It's never going to ideally be 50-50. I mean, I have one of my business centers that I'm pretty damn close on. But the ultimate goal is not to have carryover volume every single week, to try to make these buckets empty, these 2 legs fight every single week. Who's the supreme? That's the ultimate goal. If you can get your left and right leg to balance out, and one's one week and one's the other week, and carryover volume doesn't really get built, that's the ideal situation, and you're going to earn the most money. But you know, you want to build to the extreme left, the extreme right, based on where you need the volume the most on any given week. You know, there's cases which I will teach you on a one-on-one basis as you get more mature as a coach and have a big organization. There are cases where you can build to the inside of a leg. Maybe you're rewarding a coach and you're putting a coach of yours under them in their organization who's on the inside of your leg, but that's something that's very advanced and you're not ready for it yet. So for right now, extreme left, extreme right, because by doing anything other than that, by putting people on an inside leg, you're risking putting somebody that you care about on an island. If that coach ever shuts down above, or you shut down, you put them on an island. They have no love from above, we call it, where they're getting volume from somebody else. By putting somebody to the far left and far right, the far left of your strong leg, the far right of your weak leg, or vice versa, by doing that, you're allowing people to get love from above. Anybody else that comes in the organization following the same rules will see that team volume underneath them that we talked about. Hundreds and hundreds of coaches above and below you. The only way that happens is if you put people in a position to realize that. Think of your legs like a ladder leaning against a house. Every rung on the ladder is a coach, whether it's yours or not. That's the beauty of our business. So I hope that makes sense. But extreme left, extreme right is where you guys should be putting coaches until you have enough knowledge, enough time under your belt, and have talked with me and Jason or Lindsay or Christy or whoever, and understand the repercussions and the risk of putting somebody on an inside leg. There are reasons to do that, you know, but you should always just go extreme left, extreme right in most cases. So, guys, I could go on and on and on, but I don't want this video to be 30 minutes and people shut it down. So we can get more into this. You know, we can do a Zoom call in the near future. You guys can always ask questions as we go along. You can ask them below and I can answer them as time permits and I get some time and I'm in my business hours. But for the most part, guys, that's kind of a high level 30,000 foot view of coach placement, rank versus volume, you know, genealogy, how to build effectively. It's a topic that I think would have been lost in Team Sparty, but hopefully is absorbed and eaten up in here in the Union 2.0 group. I would advise for you to have team in here to tag your coaches so they can watch this too. It's probably going to be one of the most important videos that you watch for your learning perspective. It's so important that you understand this topic and not just sign coaches and placing them and having no reason for it. It's very important that you watch this video, understand this topic, maybe watch one of my expansive videos on this topic and understand why you're putting a coach in a certain place. If you're just placing coaches, if you're not even going in and changing your coach placement, that's very dangerous too. And that's a topic that's important for me to mention or broach on. Every coach that you sign, you should be going into the preferred placement tab in the Coach Online office or the previous office view, and you should be putting it as a left and right, changing from left, right, left, right, left, right. I don't ever use first available or, you know, inside leg or weak leg options. I only use left and right. I have a reason to put my coaches everywhere that I put them. I don't let Beachbody dictate, you know, and what I mean by dictate is if you're leaving it like let Beachbody pick, I don't know what the name of the option is, that's insane to me. You should be changing it to let me pick and pick left and right, left and right. You know, if you're not changing that on a coach-to-coach basis as you sign up, you're not understanding this business. You're just signing coaches and not placing them right. I take pride in teaching my coaches, you know, what that means. I see I have a few on here. For instance, Al's on here, one of my coaches. Maria's on here. And I guarantee you they'll comment below and say that I taught them a long time ago about the preferred placement tab and why you want to go left and right and that we should control that. I bet you they're going to give me a thumbs up here and say, yep, he did. And hopefully you guys as coaches are teaching yours the same thing. Never let Beachbody control that. You control that. Left and right should be the only options you pick there until you want to go left and right of an inside of somebody, and then we can talk. So, yep, Al says yep, and hopefully Maria will say the same thing. I'm not sure who else of my coaches are on here, but it's an important topic to understand. So guys, we're like 20-25 minutes into this now. I am going to drop and catch a breath and get back out here with my boys and help them cool down before practice ends. But I will talk to you guys soon. Look for more and more videos as we go along, and I'm going to be asking some of you guys to call and do some videos here soon when I see you rocking this business. Love you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Amen.